Give me that penny bat over there. The one that. The one that's going to Wanikia. Okay.
Babe, how was it you putting this in?
Trying to adjust the screen really quick.
Okay.
Okay, is everything in motion now? We go?
Yes, we are ready.
All right. How many people do we have on board?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Yate, good evening. Yate.
Yeah,
Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good day, and I hope that your evening brings many blessings to your home. And then we're all here to learn something. I brought a loom. I wanted to use this loom to kind of like kind of orientate what you're looking at as far as a projection, as far as where you're trying to go. And by the time you finish your loom and put everything together, and except for the bandits on, this usually is on the outside, but I just have it in here. And then you have your male shed rod right here. So earlier I was talking about male shed rod. I was talking about female and male strings. So these are all your male strings right here. These ones, and then these are all your female strings. So every loop is going to be crisscross. So this is called a Heddle rod. This one is called a Heddle rod. This is called a Heddle rod. This one right here is called a female Heddle rod. This one here is the only one that's called a shed rod, the male shed rod. So he's male and she's female. So, and then your loom here, your whole loom, this side of the male. So let's say if you were to put a line right here, and this, everything on this side of the loom, including this stick here, this foot here, everything on this side is all male. Everything on this side of the loom, everything is all female. Everything from here, right in the middle, about right here, down, including this one here, is all female. Everything from here on up is all male. So male, male, female, female. So let's say you were to put a cross section here, a line right here, and then a line right here. So everything this way is male, female, female, male. So that's kind of how you look at a loom. So this is your male shed rod. So I just wanted to share a quick analogy on this. My grandmother my grandmother told me that this, when you put this together, it's like your child. It's like the way you take care of your children. You put a lot of energy, effort, determination, sacrifices, love, nourishment, leadership, communication, corresponding with them. And space, and then it's head. And then this child has energy. This rope right here represents that energy. We call it lightning. So there's lightning people right here. This represents lightning. This up here, this right up here, represents the cosmos. We call that Yatishi. Right in here, right where these metal loops. One time this lady said, "So you're telling me these metal loops are clouds?" I said, "No. This corridor right here, this realm right here, this space, this represents like male and female clouds, a multitude of clouds, rolling clouds. You know, they go right here. Lightning people, wind people, up here. Then down here, this one, it represents the earth. Right here. And then they became its feet right here. So they get this cross. So from here, from these clouds, this cloud, it communicates with the earth down here with this rain. We call this a warp from here to here, from here to here. That's your warp. W-A-R-P, warp. Now this warp has two components. It has female and male, male rain and female rain. Up here, this represents a team. Up here, first man, first woman. So from here, from her on down, first woman, first man. Over here on this side, this one right here is gravity. Over here too is gravity. Earth, sky, gravity. So over here you have positive gravity, and then you have negative gravity. They hold each other like this. One of these is like a child, like a boy. This boy is standing up and he's holding the sky up, and his feet is holding the ground down. This girl on this side, her feet is up in the air and is holding the sky up, feet, and then she's holding the earth like this with her feet, with her arms. So this is gravity. Earth, sky, lightning, clouds, wind, rain, earth. So if you look at it like that, it's a healing entity, like it's life. And then one time somebody said, "What do you mean by that? How is it life?" So around this time of the year, we have a season. And this loom depicts that season. So the season is fall. What does that mean? That means that this sky is mating with this earth. How? This male and female rain, they both have seeds. Male seeds, female seeds. I could go further, but Obas, people are sensitive about that. It's kind of like, graphic, I guess you could say it. But the sky mates with the earth. Female eggs, male seeds. That's all I'll go. So when the seed goes into the seeds of this woman's seed, we call this topiyaj, benestin. See that? Benestin. That it produces that rain through as a result of this male and female mating. Female eggs, male, I mean to say it, sperm. They mate. This is life. And it produces children. So, Benestin, what does to mean? It means your children. So if you ever heard that, that's what it's talking about. So that's what it means. This is like a child. So when you fully give everything to your child, by the time they're 18 years old, this is, they're going to be standing up like this. They're ready to do anything in life. They're like saying, Shana, Shabiga, Shama, Shazah, Mom, Dad, I'm ready to do anything. Look at what you did to me. You equipped me. You instilled into me. You gave me the leadership, the capacity, the strength, the motivation, the to do anything in life. Look at me. No, my grandma would say that. On the side. So now your child is standing in front of you. Now I'm like standing towards my child. And that's where songs like this come in. So you're looking at your child and you're just showing, like you comb their hair, you tell them, you clothe them. And while you're doing that, you're like talking to your child. You're talking to the sky, to the lightning, to the clouds, to the rain, and then to your rainbows, and then sunlight, sun rays, and then your combs. They represent your like minerals. So you're touching, the earth, the energy of the world. That's why they always say you don't weave when there's lightning, when it's raining at night, or when you're pregnant. So when you sit at your loom like this, it's a sacred moment. It's like you're in communication with this child, with the world, with the energy of everything around us. So the songs go, so when you're sitting, the songs kind of go like this. So it's like that. So you're saying Yaj, and then the next song is Tsui, like it's calling my name. It talks to me. I walk under these sacred mountains. When I walk amongst my sacred mountains, when I walk with prayer, when I walk with my leadership, when I walk with my clans, my language, knowing my history, these elements of the world, they call my name and they say, and then they share their energy with me. And then I share my energy with them. And then like it talks to me, it guides me, it shows me every day how beautiful I am, how beautiful the world is, how beautiful my home is, my wife, my husband, my children, everything's beautiful. And then I tell the world, and then my children, that they're beautiful too. Like I talk to them as well, and I share that they're beautiful as well. So meaning that you're sharing your energy, your mind, your personality, your psychology. You're putting it into colors. So that's what you do when you're weaving. You're sharing that energy. You're putting that energy and love and color into these weaving looms, into your rug. I wanted to share that. When I do my weaving classes, I talk about everything. I try to share and depict sacred, illustrations about what it represents. It's not just arts and craft. I don't like it when people call it arts and craft, The way I was raised, the way it was done in front of me, it's sacred. You're communicating with the rain, the air, the sky, the sunlight, the lightning, the cloud people, the rain people, the seasons. Dan you're communicating with that. So I just wanted to share that, to open up tonight, and I hope that means something to you, and you're more than welcome to share that with your children. So it's not just arts and craft, it's fundamental law, it's communication, it's expressing yourself with the world, with your children, with your home, with your animals, your sheep. You're using the wool from that. You're using the plants to dye the wool. Hey God, I hope that opens your perspective, and then the way you see this loom dies. So this is what you're aiming at the end. Is there any comments or any questions before we go any further? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Without any further ado, if there's no questions, no comments, we're gonna take out what you have done so far. So here's your loom. This is what it looks like. So was everybody able to catch up? Are we all at this point right here?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this to the side really quick. And then we're gonna take out your Heddle rods. And your little your yardstick. And you can bring the camera over here. So basically, you should be about right here right now, where you have your lines. Every inch, here's the center. So you're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, both ways. And you should have dots like this. That's kind of like when you're gonna say izo, it's like this, look. That's izo. And then this one, the little ones, that's called ish, like this, look. That's what you call ish. And then look, is. Oh, asana kita di asla aszo. Ado inta itha 3 ish. So you should have it like this. Me, I don't really mark it in between like that because I know when I'm running my string, I just put 3 in between each one. So remember, when you're counting your warps, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna start again right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all you're gonna do all the way across. This is every 1/4 inch. Over here too. And then this is your center right here. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna take your sticks and make sure it's kind of pointing up, not like this or not like that, but where all the marks are nicely pointed upwards like this. And then on this side, on the left-hand side, I'm gonna mark it L on this side. The reason why you're putting 2 L's right there on that side, it's not for Lyle. It's for left. Left. So when you put these on there, when you're taking your warp off, you're gonna know that this is the left side of the warp. You don't want to switch it like this. You want to keep the left side on the left side. So now we're gonna take these and we're gonna attach them up here. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these and then I'm gonna put it in here like this. Like that. Just like that. Then I'm gonna take the other one. The left is on left, so this side is gonna go like that. So there you go. That's what you should have. You want to make so where the lines are straight towards you like this, like that. And I'm just gonna measure this one really quick. It's at 12. So if you want to make your warp a little bit longer, you can. All you got to do is just switch this one around like this.
Down and down.
Like that. And then this one and now is going to be 13. See that? And then if you want to make your warp even longer, if your loom was a little longer, then you can turn this one around too. And then this one's going to be 14, 14, which then when you take your warp off, it's going to stretch to 15 inches. So right now, this is all we need. So if you measure it now, it is 13. That's just right there. Now I'm going to turn this one around.
Can I make a suggestion really quick?
Go ahead.
That everybody turn off their microphone except for you, Lyle, please.
Okay. Now I'm going to use a plier and then I'm going to tighten the back. Not too tight, just enough to where it's nice and snug, where it holds this one. Then this side again. and on top. Okay. See that? You can't twist it. You can hardly twist it. That's what you want now. But you want this tight. They have to be tight, but not super tight, not King Kong tight. Okay, that's what you want now. You're now ready to start warping. This is where you really have to pay attention now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one up like that. And I'm gonna grab my string. Everybody should have like that. And then I'm going to get my scissor. Put your stool right here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your loom and you're gonna place it like this, right on your lap. Can you see the whole thing? And then my lap.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the whole thing.
Okay.
You can see my, not my tummy. Okay, all right. So this is how you want to set it up. This is the easiest way. That's why it's a laptop loom. Now you're going to take your string and then you're going to unroll some like this. Then you're going to put this one in here. You're going to take this string like that, and then you're going to put it under it like this, just like that. Nothing fancy, just you're going right under it like this. You're just going around it, see? And then you're going to take about this much string, about 14 inches, you're going to let it swing. Then you're going to take this one, and then you're going to do a knot. But what you're going to do is you're going to go one, and then you're going to go one more time, two, like that. Then you're going to put this knot about, see that right there? Look at the stick. You want to be about 1 inch, an inch and a half underneath, right there. Now I'm going to do the second knot. I'm going to bring this up. And then I'm going to put the string, but this time I'm only going to go one time. And I'm going to tie it like that. Then I'm going to reach in here. And then I'm going to pull it like this, look. And remember, look, from the knot, you're going to have, kind of go back a little. Yeah. You're going to have about 14 inches hanging like this. Kind of come on this side. "14 inches. Show them the whole thing. Now you're going to put this knot. See how your knot is now about 1.5 inches from the bottom of this one? So I don't want to confuse you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark, because sometimes the camera will just be right here. So I'm going to mark this one, T for top, and then this one, T, a B for bottom. Now, when you're looking at the camera, you'll know which side I'm talking about. So this is top, meaning that this is the warping rod away from me on this side. And then the B is the one near me, near my tummy. Okay, now I'm gonna take this and then I'm gonna put it around it, see, on top like that. Don't go underneath it like this. I say that to people, what do? They go underneath it. And then when the whole thing is shot, you have to redo the whole thing. So you have to go around it. Some people go under it and they go this way, but I'm teaching you the way that we do it. back home. So now you're gonna take this string and you're gonna put it right here. Do you see how this string is right on top of that mark? Real weavers don't do it like this. The reason the way we made it like this so that it can be elementary, that we can make something educational out of it, that it's easy to follow, there's a pattern. Now I'm going to put this around here like this. I'm going to reach under here and grab this string like that. Is everybody following that?
Yes.
Okay, this one goes around it and then it goes around it. See, if you look at this side, there's one string, right? Up here. And then if you look down here, there's two strings. These two strings become one string. They're one string. Don't, this one, they stick together now. It's one. This one right here, this one string is the same one, but there's two down here. Don't let that confuse you. So now I'm gonna go around it, and then I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna go around it again. See, look, on the top. Just like that, see? And then I'm gonna go on top like this again, and then I'm gonna go around this one again. And then I'm gonna go on the top, around it, around it, around it. And I'm gonna keep doing that for about, if you wanna know how many times you're gonna do that, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Now there's 3 in between each one. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So all together you have how many notches all the way? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So that's how weavers do it. They count it by the numbers. They don't mark, they just mark the ends. And then they know that 41 times at 1/4 of an inch is going to be 10 inches. So I went around it 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to be 4. So I just need to go, now it's going to be 5, 6, 7. Okay, is there any questions? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Before you go any further, make sure that none of these are just going straight across. Remember, they have to be crisscross, so you look at it from this side. See that? And make sure they're all X's. X's, meaning right here, not your X's. Now I'm going to move these strings over like this, just to give me some room. Is there any questions up to this point? Nobody?
Or that first one that you made, is that also crisscross?
It just goes straight across that one.
Oh, okay.
And you're just gonna move these across like this. Kind of get them close to each other. So I can have room to do this again. So remember, we're at 14. So now you're gonna go, you're gonna keep on going. So we're at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then we have 20 right here. We're at 20 now. So how many do we have left? Anybody remember?
21.
21.
We have 21 left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back this way now. See this first one here? I'm going to reach in between and grab this back one here. And then I'm going to bring it here and I'm going to slightly pull it. You don't want to do King Kong tight. You don't want to bend this. Just make it to where it's nice and snug. And then I'm going to put my thumb right here. Come over here. I'm going to put it right on top of that notch. And then I'm going to let it go. Then I'm going to grab this next one. And I'm going to slightly pull it, just snug. And I'll put my thumb, and then I'm going to grab the next one. I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to keep on pulling the bottom ones. And then see how each line gets a string. Now I'm going to hold it right here, and then I'm going to go up. Then I'm going to put these strings, I'm going to slide them over now. Just like that. Now I'm going to move these ones all the way over here. See how each line gets a string. Now I'm going to move some of these over like this. Okay, now I'm going to read this next one again. And then I'm going to pull this one. Just nice and snug. You don't want to do it too tight. And then I'm going to go up to here. Now I'm going to slide these ones back over here. So that's 1, 2. Then I'm going to grab this next one. And then I'm going to, now I don't have lines. So I'm just going to do one right here. Look. Present, okay, no. So I'm going to do one right here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. See that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's if you don't have the lines in between. But if you do, just go by your lines. See how nice and tight this is? It's not tight, but you don't want to bend this. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put this over here like that. Then I'm going to move these ones over now. You don't want to get them crisscross. You do not want to do that. So now I'm going to grab the next one and tighten it. So I'm going to do it 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to move these ones over. 1, 2. Then I'll grab this one. 3. So this one's ready on this side. Now I'm going to move this one over. These ones are ready. And I'm gonna do this next one. Okay, so 1, I'm gonna start all over again. 1, and then I'm gonna bring this one back over here. Okay, is there any questions? Does everybody kind of get what's going on? So 1 up here, and then this one's on 2 down here. So I'm gonna put this one up here. So 1, 2, down here is 3, and then up here is 2, through now it's 3. And then now this one's gonna go on this one here. And then I'm gonna go up here. And then this one's gonna go on this one now, and this one's gonna start with 1 again over here. So what, 1? Is it confusing to anybody? I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Everybody got it? Or do you guys already have weaver's blood in you?
Hi, Lyle. This is Kimberly Ate.
Okay.
I'm all new at this, but I understand what you're talking and how to measure those and where the strings go. But I just want to say thank you for sharing the stories that go along with the weaving loom. You know, I've heard somewhat of them, just being married into the family, Navajo family, but it was really interesting and details of how you described every part of the loom. And so that makes it even more significant, because I know in previous conversations that I've had with you, you had mentioned that, there's more to the weaving that you wanted to share to all the participants that are going to be partaking of this class. And so I just want to say thank you, Lyle, for sharing that traditional knowledge with our registrants for this class. It's really enlightening and eye-opening of what the loom actually becomes, and how we can utilize that in our everyday life whenever we, for those who do weave. And so it is a lot of work, and there is a lot that goes into it, but it's interesting for me to hear, because it's something different, since about how sacred this loom is in creating a rug. And so I just want to say thank you for sharing that traditional knowledge with us. It's really appreciate.
All right, well, thank you. Any other comments or questions while I'm doing this? We have about 5 minutes here while I'm doing this. I'm a little slow. I used to be faster, but with my eye condition, I'm doing the best I can. Not bad for somebody with one eye, right?
Hi, Lyle. I'm just curious, what size string is that if we wanted to buy some more?
They just call it warping string. It's an 8-ounce string. I don't think they would sell it anywhere there near you, but one person you could probably ask down there is Barbara Ornelius. That's her name. If you can look her up on Facebook, she might know where to direct you in Tucson. And then I think there is like a yarn store there in town. So you might be able to go over there and ask them and say you want some warping string. And they have cotton, and then they have wool. So the best thing to use when you're barely starting is cotton, like this cotton warping string. Sometimes the wool warping string, you end up tearing it here and there. So this is the best one. I start everybody with cotton warping string.
Okay, thank you.
Or you can take what you have and then run down to either Joann's or Michael's and see what they got, and something there's really no like, code that says you have to use a certain string. As long as it's near the same dimension as this one that we're using.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, now I'm just going one by one. You see this? And then I'm just making sure that every notch, every line is getting a. So I'm just going nice and slowly, taking my time so I don't make no mistakes in front of you. That way nobody says, "Ni que nos hace." Okay, it looks like we're nearing the end. We have 1 more inch to go. Yay! Team Lyle. Okay, is there any other comments or questions? We're almost done here. Another good resource you can go to on Facebook is Velma Lee Craig. She's on Facebook and she's out of Mesa, Arizona. And she does a lot of classes in the Phoenix area. And she's a great resource down there that you can contact her, and she has she can direct you in the right way as far as getting yarn. So if you're looking at this now, look, down here is the last notch. And then we're gonna go up here and then see this last line. We're gonna go around that one like that. And then I'm gonna bring this through. Then I'm gonna pull it nice and snug and tight. You want it the same on both sides. You want it nice and tight. Do you hear that? That's how you want it. Nice and snug. Now you're gonna take this one. See, this is the last one. Before I cut my string, I want to make sure that I have the right amount of string. So I'm gonna go back and look at every one of these and make sure that there's 3 in between each one. Yeah, you loosen it. So every one of them, or I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. We got it right on the money. Now you can cut it. So from here, you want to cut it about right there. You want to go to the bottom of the loom and go a little bit extra. So now I'm going to put this right here, take my scissor, and then I'm gonna cut my string. Now I'm gonna go up here, and maybe you can stand on this side here and film it this way. This is the very important part. Do you see the knot side? This knot on this side is on top. On top. The knot on this side is gonna be in the back. So I'm gonna take this finger and then I'm gonna put it between this one and the warp. And I'm gonna reach back here and I'm gonna grab this back one right there. The one in the back, the one in the front, the last one. And then I'm gonna pull it to the front like this. Now I'm gonna put my thumb in there as well. And then I'm gonna take this string and I'm gonna put it in here and I'm gonna grab it and then I'm gonna bring it through like that. Then I'm gonna pinch this one up here and then I'm gonna bring it up. You want this knot to be at the same, this right here, there has to be the same gap. So I'm gonna pinch this one again and then I'm gonna bring the knot up a little bit more. A little bit too much. Right there. That's where I want it. Now I'm gonna grab this back one again, bring it to the front, put my thumb in there, bring this around, grab that string again, pinch it up here, and then I'm gonna bring it through like this. Now I'm gonna bring this string back up against that knot. And then I'm gonna put my finger in here and then I'm gonna tighten it. See that? So now I'm gonna let it go. And do you see that the knot is in the back? One is in the front. Okay, now I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna cut it about right here, about the size of the loom. Boom. This side too. Boom. I'll put my extra string. Now we're done warping. I kind of made it a little loose on this side. You see that? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this one right here, and then I'm gonna pull every one of them till all I'm gonna do is transfer some of this looseness to the tightness on this side. That way, this side, the side that's really tight, is gonna take some of the slack from this loose side. And everything will be okay again. So that's all I'm doing right now, is taking some of this slack and transferring it into the other side. So now this is tight again. You want to make it to where it's even. You do not want to have a loose side and then a tight side. It has to be even. Sometimes it ends up coming out to where okay, is there any questions? All right, we're back in business. So I'm just going to take some of these, put them back on their lines. Is everybody at this point now, or is everybody still trying to work on their looms?
I'm gonna watch the video back over from the beginning. I think I messed up on the first one.
Okay,
Lyle, can I ask a question?
yeah.
So at the very beginning, you were stringing it kind of loosely and then you went back and tightened it. Did you do that for us? Do you normally do what you did the second half where you're tightening it as you go on each line?
No, this just ended up, I didn't tighten it that good on the beginning because I didn't want the rod to bend. I didn't want this one to bend. You don't want it to bend. So I didn't really pull it. All I did was just take some of the slack and I worked it back into the tight side. So now it's equal now.
Thank you.
Lyle, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really hung up on that first one. Can you put your finger in the first string with the knot on it and put it all the way up, or is it crisscross?
Oh, look. This one goes all the way down like this.
It's just
Yeah.
parallel, or is it crisscross?
It's just going straight across.
Oh, okay. All right, that's
And
how
you go from here and then you're gonna go around it.
okay. All right, that's how I did mine. Then I can finish now. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna take a 3-minute break really quick, and I'm gonna get prepared for the next part of this. So we'll be back in 3 minutes, Kimberly.
Okay, sounds good, Lyle. Thank you. If you have
Okay. If you-
Jerry, while we're waiting, do you have any updates or announcements you would like to share with our participants?
I'm trying to think. Let's see here. Kim, do you have anything in particular? Right now? Oh, wait. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So this Friday, we're having our AIEA general meeting. Usually we have it every third Friday of the month, but because of NIEA's event last week, we decided to move it to the fourth Friday of this month. So October 22nd, our meeting is going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we also are going to have our college webinar series. Now that I'm looking at it, I need to change the date. So it's going to be on Friday, the 29th. And we will be updating our AIEA Facebook page with that information. But for that college webinar series, we are going to be featuring travel colleges and universities. So this Friday, Friday, October 29th, that is going to be featuring the Northwest Indian College located in Washington. So we're going to be featuring that webinar. And then also December 19th through the 21st, we are having our AIEA Protecting Our Land Winter Youth Camp, which is going to be virtual this year. And if you are interested or have any questions, please let me know. I will make sure to put my contact information inside the chat box.
Jerry, just for clarification, the college webinar, is that going to be on Friday or Thursday? I thought we had updated it to Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was supposed to be Friday, but for some reason I thought of the 28th, but it's actually going to be Friday the 29th.
Okay, I'll update that on our Facebook.
Jerry, this is Winona. I totally got behind on the first knot, so I'm wondering when the video is going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how long it will take? I thank you, by the way, so much for sending the first video. So I appreciate it. I just don't know how long before we'll get it.
Oh, you're welcome. So, because we had trouble trying to make it sort of a private link last week, we are just going to do it as a public link. So I will email that out. I'll post it tomorrow, and then I'll email the link out to everyone. And other than that, it should be out tomorrow.
Thank you, Jerry. Unless somebody wants to come and tie the first knot, and then I can get right back on it. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, with the private video, you did have to have a Google account. I don't know if you had to have a Gmail email address, and maybe that's why a lot of people weren't able to view the video itself, but I tried it under my personal Gmail account or my Gmail address, and I was able to view the video. And when I did look at it, it did state that you had to have a Google account in order to view it. So we just made it public for everybody to, so they wouldn't be so confused as to how to view the video, because we knew this class would be coming up pretty quick. But so that was the whole reason why that happened. But again, we just asked you just keep this to you as paid registrants. We would appreciate it. Thank you. And one more thing before Lyle comes back on, while we're giving him some time. As Jerry mentioned, we do have our general meeting coming up this Friday, but we also have our membership application that is out. We will be sending that out. We recently updated that to the new year. So the new membership period will be November 1st to October 31st. So if you're interested in becoming a member of AIEA, we encourage you to do so. There's a lot of activities and events that we do throughout the entire year. In addition, you get significant discounts off of registrations and upcoming events that we have. And so I just wanted to let everybody know that that application will be sent out and will be uploaded to our website soon. So it looks like Lyle's ready. So I am going to turn off on here.
Maybe you can stand right here. There's lights on. Maybe around the side. Hello, I'm back. I wanted to questions about the warping part. I know that always happens. I try to go as slow as possible and try to get it to where it's understandable. So I brought in my other warping board. This is an old warping board that I have. I made this warping board a long time ago. And I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to use it again. I'm just going to demonstrate again how to start again and how to go around the whole loop again. So, see how cool I am?
Well,
I think you're cool.
4, 5. So I'm gonna mark it off right here at 5. Remember, center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I move my tape over here. I just do this a lot of times. I'll put the tape right here. That way my wife knows what I want. She does all our work. Whenever we have orders, I build all the looms, I put them together and all that. But my wife does the warping. Give her a hand for me. She's awesome. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't hear no clapping.
We all did the reaction on the Zoom, the little clap icon.
Okay.
So there you go, just me.
I'm just kidding. All right, here you go. This warping board is probably older than some of your children. This guy here I built back in the early 2000s, like 2003, I think it was. That's when I built this one. And I still have it today. And this took me many, many places, many schools, many universities. And it did a lot of looms for me. So, and I still have it today. So I'm gonna take my string. This is the bottom, this is the top. I'm gonna take my string, I'm gonna take some out, and I'm gonna put it around it. Somebody was asking a question. I always stress this part, but sometimes people miss it. Around it. Now I'm gonna go around this one, not under it, around it from the top. Then I'm gonna take about 14 inches, I'm gonna let that go. Then I'm gonna bring this up here, and I'm gonna do a knot, but I'm gonna do it twice. One, and then I'm gonna do it 2 times like this. Then I'm gonna bring this knot right about here. See that? I'm about 1.5 inches below this top one. Now that it's set, I'm gonna bring it up, and then I'm gonna tie the second part, a regular shoelace knot. And then I'm gonna bring it back like that. Then I'm gonna reach in here, and then I'm gonna tighten it. Okay, look at it right there. That's all it is. It goes around it. See that? It's around it like that. And then it becomes one string up here. So this piggy tail, just let it go. That just stays over here. Then look, it becomes one. See that? 2 strings that goes around it becomes one. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna go around it, not under it, around it from the top. See how this one, it just goes around it. See that? Look. Look. Now I'm just gonna go around it from the top. And then I'm gonna take my string, and then I'm gonna pull it. See that? So it's going around it from the top. This one is just, you can't do anything. It goes around the whole rod. Now, I'm not gonna go under it. I'm gonna go from the top around it. So I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna pull it really good. Then I'm gonna go around it. See that? And then I'm gonna go around it on the top again. And then I'll reach under, and I'm gonna grab it. Okay, if you look at it from here, see that? There's one X, and then there's one, this one just goes straight across. The first one is just gonna go straight across, but it's one string. See how one string up here? And then if I go this way, it becomes one string. See that? Don't mind that there's 2, just think of it as one string. You'll see why later. And then all I'm gonna do at that point is I'm gonna go around it again. See that? And then that's it. That's all you're gonna do again, all the way across. I'm gonna go to the top again, and then I'm just gonna go around it. I'm gonna go down here, and then I'm just gonna go around it. Then I'm just gonna do that now, all the way like this. How many times? Let's say 10 inches. How many times do I go? Anybody know?
41.
All right. So that's it. And then every now and then, all you do is check it down here. You see those X's? That's what you want. Right there. Only one of them, this first one is going to go straight across. And then the other ones are going to be X's. Let me show you from this angle. Do you see that? You want that all the way across. Okay. All right. Is there any other questions? Do you want me to redo that one more time, or do you guys got it now? You guys got it, or do I need to do it one more time?
I got it, but I don't know if everybody else did too.
I finally got it.
Okay. So that's it. That's all you're gonna do, and then you're gonna go around it, and all you're doing at this point is just swinging this ball back and forth. Like that. And it's good if you have somebody to work with, you can put this on the table like that, have somebody sit on that side, and then all you do is just go back and forth and then put these on every line as you're going. That's team building right there. So if you have somebody to work with, like if Derwin's sitting there, he can help you out, Kimberly.
He's laughing. He said you knew he was sitting here.
He's probably sitting there drinking some English tea or something.
Pretty close, Arnold Palmer.
That's Derwin, all right.
He's supposed to be in the other room, but he's in here bothering me.
He's
Okay.
waiting for you to mess up.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one all the way across again, and then I can just use this one. Oh, uh-oh. You got that. Okay, I'm just gonna go around here again while you guys catch up. Make sure you don't miss a line. You do not want to miss a line. Otherwise, you'll bond to go back and redo the whole. So I'm just gonna kind of speed up a little here. I would suggest making a warping board like this. And that way you can do all your warps on this and put a bigger rod on it. And then that way when you need more, you can adjust this one. See, you can put holes on this side. As many holes as you want, but make sure they're even to the other side. And then that way you can make bigger warps. And if you need a bigger loom, just let me know. And I'd love to come to Tucson again. I went to University of Arizona, so I'm a wildcat. I love Tucson. Tucson is like my second home.
Woohoo!
And then one day I decided to come back to the reservation and face all the Okay, so I'm just gonna go all the way across like that.
So we do have participants on here that are in the Phoenix area also. So
So we have
from,
Sun Devil, huh?
yeah, also from Phoenix and Tucson area. That's who the attendees are, the registrants.
I also took some classes at Mesa Community College, but I grew up in Tempe. I grew up baseline and rural. So I had all my birthday parties at Kiwanis Park. I wish they would have had Tempe Town Lake at that time. That would have been so cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna. All right, now I'm gonna go back over here. Okay, looks like I left off right here. So I'm gonna put this one right on the line right here. And this next one here. This next one here. This next one here. Then I'm gonna go back up here. And I'm just gonna slide these back over here like this. And I'll go to the next one. And then we'll go to the next one. After a while, you just keep on doing this. To me, when I do this, I always depict myself as a spider. Like I'm spinning a spider web. That's what you're doing right here. It's called Hajnshe Nanoje. So you're creating a spider web. That's what you're really doing. My grandma always used to say, "Don't tell," but you know, that's probably when people didn't really have anything better to do, you know. So today we have other things that we have to do during the day. So but don't quote me and then tell somebody like Freddie Johnson or somebody and say, Lyle said it's okay. Sometimes they get me in trouble when they do that, or they'll post it on Facebook. They say, Lyle Harvey said it's okay. Okay, I'm almost done here again. Did everybody get theirs done? I assume that's a no.
I think we're also trying to concentrate.
Yes, 2 inches back. Okay, I'm almost done here on my second warp. And then we'll go back to the other one. Okay. Looks pretty good. Kind of loose on that side, but sometimes that just happens. I try not to pull it really tight. And then sometimes I'll end up getting it loose. I always recommend tightening this first one pretty tight. Now I'm going to cut this again. Then come over here on this side. I'm going to show you how to tie the back knot again. So I'm going to take this finger here. And I'm going to grab this back one back here. Tighten it just a tad like that. I'm going to grab this back one back here, bring it to the front, put my thumb in there, bring this around, grab it, and then I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to pinch this one on top up here. Oh, let me redo that. That. Then I want the knot to be the same. Nice and conform. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull it a little, bring this back one right here, pinch this one, bring it through, pinch it up here. Then I'm going to bring it against itself. Then I'm going to put my finger in here, and then I'm just going to tighten it like that. All right. Then I'm going to cut this right here. This one right there. This one's already. Okay. I'm done with this one again. All right. That's how it should look. Every one of these is a count. So there should be 41 strings. 41 on this side too. Okay, is everybody caught up? And or is everybody is there any questions? Okay, I'm gonna bring this one back over here now. If there's no questions, then I'm gonna show you how to do the second part. So now we're gonna get your yarn. And then we're gonna take your yarn out. I'm gonna cut the end just a little. Right there. Now I'm gonna get my yarn. And the best thing to do is toss it into a bowl like that and just roll it. So I want to start like right here, about 10 inches right there. And then I'm going to go all the way across. So about right there. So from the loom this way, about 10 inches, and then 10 inches on this side. Then I'm going to double that. What I mean by that is I'm going to let this side go, and then I'm going to pinch it right here, and I'm going to make it the same on this side like that. And then I'm going to make it right about the same, and I'm going to cut it. So now it's doubled. Now I'm going to take the loop side, and then I'm going to go down about 6 inches, and then I'm going to tie a knot like that. Okay. Now you have a knot right there. See, this side is the loop side. Now I'm going to take this knot and I'm going to put it right there. Not right here, not on this side, but right at the bottom. Remember, not up here, not on the side, but at the bottom. Then I'm going to let this side go. I'm going to grab me some tape like this, and I'm going to take about that much tape, about 1.5 inches. I'm going to put a little bit of a fold at the tip. I always like to do that. That way it's easier to take off at the end. Like that. Then I'm going to take this tape, and while she holds it on this side, I'm going to put this knot right here at the edge of your warp. See this knot? And then I'm going to tighten it. And then I'm going to put my tape right here, about 1.5 inches away, right there. Then I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Then I'm going to put the tape around it. See that? How this folded side is holding up like this? That way at the end, all you do is grab this and you tear it off. So that's what you want right there, like that. Now I'm going to split these two yarns. I'm going to take this one up here and I'm going to bring it right over here, and then I'm going to read the first string. And if you look at it, see there's back strings. You don't bother the back strings, just the front ones, the one on top right here. I'm going to take this yarn. I'm going to put my pinky in here. And then I'm just going to put this around it and then bring it through like that. You see how this knot goes right up against it? And then see this string is right on that line. All to match up. When you're done with that, then you're going to drop the one you just put in. You're going to grab the other one and you're going to put your pinky in here and you're going to grab the second string. And then you're going to go in here and you can do that. Then you're going to drop that one and you're going to grab the other yarn. Then you're going to do the third one. And then you're going to do the next one. You're just alternating every yarn. And you're going to do that all the way across. You want your yarn to be right at the bottom. See that? Not on the sides, right at the bottom. Then I'm going to take the other one. While you're doing this, make sure that your strings are nice and even. You don't want them to be all over the place. You want them to be right on the lines. So I'm going to have my wife do the rest of this while I video. So the next one up is this string right here. So is there any questions up to this point? Anybody? Nobody?
No questions, I don't believe.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put this right here and let me get back. Okay. All right, go ahead.
tell them what would happen if they miss a string.
One of the very most important things to consider and think about right now is that you do not want to miss one string. Take your time and make sure that you get the yarn and get every single string. What I mean by string is this one right here, this one that's going up and down. That's called your warp. You do not want to miss one. If you miss one, it's not cool because you can't go back. You have to take the whole yarn back out and redo it. There's no way to fix it. And if there is a way to fix it, it's going to look sloppy. You do not want your work to look sloppy. You always want to make your work look very, very neat, everything tight. Every now and then pull the yarn towards your right. Make sure everything is tight. Make sure that the spacing is even. And that's what you want. Sounds like our dog wants to come inside and he wants to talk too. Okay, does everybody get that? Pretty easy, huh? Some people, they do it different. Remind you that I'm just showing you the way that I was told how to do it. So if you show this video to somebody else, another Navajo or somebody from Tuba City, they're gonna say, "Akota hani, edo hoteda," and that's okay. It's just because they have a different style. They do theirs different. So this is only one way to do it. There's probably 3 or 4 different ways to do it. At the end, that's all you're gonna do. And then all you're gonna do is when you pass that last one there, you're just gonna do a shoelace knot. So let me put it right there while she does it. So that's 1, and then just another knot. 2. All right. Now, no. She's gonna cut it about right here. Okay. Now she's gonna tape it right here about 1.5 inches away. So right here is you're gonna tape. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold this yarn for her this way, and she's gonna tape it. All right. So that is what you call a, see, this is how it should look at the bottom. So what you want to do is, hold it right here, is you're going to take these ones here and then you're just going to push them down a little bit. You want that to be even. Okay. Now, this, what we just did here, right? That is what they call a bishyist. So you tied this yarn and you sewed it onto this warp. That's what you just did. Okay, I'm going to give the video back to her and I'm going to show you how to do the other side. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take my loom and then I'm going to turn it around like this. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this one right here in front of me again. And then I'm going to take my, I'm going to do the same thing I'm gonna start about 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches on one side. And I'm gonna go all the way over here. And then I'm gonna double that again. Just like that, all the way across. I'm not condemning anything or like, you know, trying to be sarcastic or anything, but it is so, I think you guys are very fortunate to learn everything like this in one shot. Where it's provided for everybody, because nobody showed me like this. Nobody said, Lyle, do you know one day? Je ne go did quite take in there. One day. I wasn't instructed like that. I just kind of like accumulated all my different grandmothers and aunts, the way that they do things, some of my sisters, and I went and I just put it all together. What I seen, what I observed, what I heard, and then what, you know, what was actually, you know, maybe small parts and pieces. And I put all that together, and now it's a simple video where you can just watch it, everything that you need to know. So that is so awesome to me. I think that's very, very awesome. And you know, it's like, it's something that I think that is there's really no excuse, I think, today in today's age, because we have so many apps. We have Zoom, and then we have the Net language apps. And the other day during Indigenous Peoples Day, one of the biggest conflicts I think I've seen is people were talking about language, and they were saying that they didn't grow up with their parents. Nobody taught them Navajo language. So that was kind of like their, not excuse, but their alibi, or, you know, that they didn't learn the language. But today, I mean, there's apps, there's videos like this. And I guess that's where the number one rule or value to this whole process is called that means that if you put your mind to it and you want to learn, you want to do it, if it means something to you, you're going to take time to watch a video like this, or download a Navajo language app and learn one Navajo word a day. Just imagine in 1 year, you're going to have 365 words. So the old, what I hear now, when I see it on Facebook now, where people say, well, you're fortunate you were raised by your grandparents. You know, my parents didn't speak Navajo. That's kind of getting old now because of videos like this, because of apps like, there's no excuse no more. It's all available now. So I just wanted to add that everybody that's taking this class, you know, congratulations to you, props to you. And I think that you're very fortunate to have something like this being taught to you. And you know, I was just thinking about that today, and I was like, it went up. Like in Navajo, I was saying that. I said, it went up. Everything is convenient. Everything is right there at the tip of our hands. Everything is right there, right here in our phones. There's no reason not to know how to weave. There's no reason not to know what your plans are, or your language, your history. It's all here now. Google. All you gotta do is Google it. All you gotta do is watch a video, YouTube it, and it's all available. So, hey there, yeah, I wanted to say that. Can you still hear me? Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. I switched this around. I'm gonna have her hold this side of the yarn for me. And I'm gonna put this knot right here at the edge. And then I'm gonna put this tape right there again. Then I'm gonna pull this side a little bit. Go ahead, pull it that way. Okay, right there. Then I'm going to put this tape on here. All right, we're ready to go again. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna split these two. And I'm gonna reach in here with I'm gonna grab this one and I'm gonna run it through. Just like that. And I'm gonna bring it all the way, this knot. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let this one go and I'm gonna grab this one again. And then I'm gonna run it through like this. Okay, since we're right here at the beginning part, I wanted to show you sometimes how some people do it. Here's how some people I know do it. They'll measure it out. And then what they'll do is they'll take their yarn, they'll double it up like that. And then what they'll do is they'll just put this yarn all the way through like this. And they'll run it all the way through. And when they're done with that, all they're gonna do is take this one and they just put it at the bottom like this. All the way through. And then they put this one at the bottom. And that's how they do theirs. And then they sew it on. That's it. That they don't do what I'm doing like this. They just put it through like that. Who's ever seen that? Anybody ever seen that?
I haven't, but Derwin said he's seen it before.
So that's what some people do. And that doesn't mean they're wrong or they're right. It's just a different style. So don't let somebody tell you that. That's a classic Navajo thing we do to one another. And when the kids hear stuff like that, they immediately think, and they think in terms of somebody's right. And that's a bad thing to pass down to our kids. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Now, I'm gonna let my wife pick off again with this one. And is there any questions? So all you're doing is you're always starting on your left side and going to the right. Same thing over here. You started out on the left and you went right. All you did is turn the loom around. Now you're going through here this way. Okay, any questions? This one's next. Ashpigwa. Okay, awesome. Sounds like everybody. Let's watch her do this. She's really fast. When my eyes are fully healed again, I'll probably be able to be like that and just kind of glide through it. Sometimes some people put on rubber gloves, like latex gloves, like the really thin ones, like the one you serve food with. And that way your fingers will glide through those the warp strings faster. So that's all you're doing right there. A good song I've heard some people sing right here would be hey 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 yeah yeah gaten yeah ashki yeah shen kona nejone shella kesella hey yeah yeah yote athas yeah nejone shella kesella goana nejone shella kesella hey yeah da no sani. They would be singing. Most of the women that I learned weaving from, they have weaving songs. Since that they did a business, but they would do it like this. And a lot of the women that I've seen do this, they sit at it for hours and hours because this is what provided for their kids. This is what gave them food. This provided the bread and the butter to their family. So this is all they did every day. And today you still have some women and men that weave like this. And that's all to provide for their home, to clothe, to feed their children, to maintain their home. And one story I always tell is that I taught in 11th grade, young girl one time at NHA in Farmington, near Farmington, Ojo Amarillo. And this young girl took it to heart. She learned it and she really got good at it. And about 4 years later, she ended up messaging me on Facebook, and she said, "Yat Mr. Harvey, it is me from Fruitland." And so I was like, "Oh, hello, what's going on?" And she goes, "I really wanted to thank you." And she said that you inspired me many years ago, and you taught me this way of life. And she and I ended up calling her, and she goes, "I wanted to tell you that I ended up going to school at the university at Las Vegas, New Mexico." Um, and she said, "One of the things that I did is this size warp. I would make 2 of them a month, and I put some really good designs on there, 2 of them a month, and I got to know some people at Santa Fe. And when I got to meet them, I talked to them and ended up meeting a couple out of Connecticut. And she said they would come down every month and they would buy 2 rugs for me, this size, 10 by 14. And they used it for mouse pads and or to put under their laptop, or they had a coffee shop back there, so I guess a lot of people were buying them. But she said I would make 2 of them a month. I would take it to Santa Fe, meet this couple, and I would sell it for $300 each. And I made $600 off of the 2 little rugs I made every month. And that's what I used to pay my rent. And that's what I'm using to pay my rent at college now. And I was like, wow. And she goes, "I just wanted to thank you. And I'm going to be going to university soon here, but I'm going to move to a bigger loom, maybe about that size." And we just made a really big, a big loom today, a saddle blanket loom. And it's pretty big. And then our 36 by 24 is right there. And then we have a saddle blanket loom that we finished up today. And that's going to a young woman again in Rock Point, Arizona. And she's going to start weaving saddle blanket. And she weaves her rugs just like that. So that's what we have in our living room. And it's about 5 feet high. And the warp is 35 by 35. And so if you're ever interested in a saddle blanket loom, that's what we can do. And then this is our other size. This is our 36 by 24. The warp on this one is 16 by 20 inches. So the one that you have, the warp is 10 inch by 14 inches. And the loom size is 24 by 18. This one is a 36 by 24. And then this one here is 5 feet by 4 feet. So I wanted to share that to show you, what some of the things. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, she weaved it from the beginning to about right up to there. And then my aunt, her name is Virginia, she weaved the second part. And then my aunt, Anita, she finished the whole thing. And so that's where this rug comes from. And we have it in our home today. And then here's a saddle blanket that we have. We keep our corn grinder on it and this loom. And it goes right here. So this is a saddle blanket. So those are some of the things where it can go. So part of it is economic development. And I just wanted to share a few of those just to share, you know, how significant some of this stuff can get you. And if there's any questions before we close for today, so we're gonna leave off right here. That's what that's called. The warp. So that's where we're at. Is there any questions? Next class, we're gonna be sewing on the Heddle rods. So let me show you right here. Can you move this one? So next week, or whenever the next, we're gonna be sewing this one on. See this is your Heddle rod, the bottom one, and that one. And we're going to be sewing that on. That part of the process, see, is called bishisto. Okay, so that's going to wrap up tonight's class, and I hope you learned something. And like I said, it's a beautiful way of thinking, a beautiful life, and thanks for attending the class. And if I'll leave it on for any questions right now. Dos na itos kita. Biga ya.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then. Well, there it is, Kimberly.
All right. Thank
Lyle?
you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Lyle, I just have a quick question. I think I did mine a little tight in that top rod, the 5/8 one, it started to bend. So I'm loosening it up. Do you think is it going to be something where I shouldn't tie it off yet and I should loosen the whole thing up? Like,
Can
What do
you
you
put
think
your camera on it and let me see how much it bent?
well, I put it actually cracked. So I put a little bit of wood glue and moved the strings and tried to clamp it down. Do you think that's going to work, or do you think I'm going to have to? I didn't tie it off yet.
Wow, that's super, super tight.
It didn't feel tight at the time.
Oh,
Do you think
Yeah.
the wood glue is going to be okay, or do you think I should take it down and replace the rod before next class?
I think you should place the rod. The best place to get that is either Walmart or Michael's,
Okay.
and just get another piece that is 5/8. Yeah, they shouldn't crack like that. I mean, wow, that's the first time I've heard that. Well, you must be really strong.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'll replace that before next week and then I'll rewatch the video. Thank you.
Okay, then. Any other questions or comments?
We just got one comment. I'm gonna turn my camera off and my husband step in for just a second.
Joseph Loyate. I just want to say thank you for. I'm just listening in over here, doing homework over here, typing in to my students. But listening to what you're talking about, what you're doing, it took me back to late the next college in I greeted her as Shema, Earl Morris's mom, Earl Morris Jr., but Maggie, she did this with us. And so it just got me thinking, yeah, Shanada, for, listening in, just let me sit here listening into you all, what you're talking about. So I just want to show you the one I made at the next college. This was some.
All right. Oh, okay.
I was telling my wife, I went and dug it out, how much you'll buy it, just looking at it. But, I just want to encourage everyone. if anyone could do it, if I could do this, anyone could do it in some own sus case and then that's a thought. So it got me thinking back to those times. So my kids and Shanala, thank you very much. Encouraging, motivating. Yeah, man, I just want to share that with everyone. So thank you. Yeah, you guys have a good night.
Hey, Jonah. Oh, yeah. All right. Anything else? Okay, then. Well, we shall see you all when again? Next week on Wednesday?
Yes, so next week will be session 3, and that is going to be on Wednesday, the 27th, the same time, 6 to 8 Arizona time. If we don't have any questions, I think we can wrap up this session. So Lyle, thank you so much for your time and then your knowledge. We're really, AIEA is very grateful to you. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go. Oh.
Yep. Thank